So, in this video, I'm going to go over 5 key ways to maintaining a happy and healthy relationship. Now, let's get right into it. First and foremost, never argue with a woman. It's that simple, fellas. You will never win an argument with a woman. One is, let's say you happen to be wrong, and you're over there trying to argue with her over this thing that you had no idea that you were wrong in the first place. So, that's the first scenario of you losing. But let's consider that you were actually right and she was wrong. And this thing happens over and over again because you two have been in a relationship for, let's say, 5 years. And how many times have you ended up trying to correct her and making her being wrong within that period of time? And since we already know that women are more emotionally driven, that can easily lead her into resenting you. And I do not know about you guys, but personally, I'd rather have a loving woman, a loving, caring, feminine, nurturing woman than me being right. I would pick a loving relationship than me being right any day. So you will never win an argument with women. Number two, always try to acknowledge the little things your woman does. Things like cleaning up the house, things like picking up the kids from school, things like making food after she comes home from work. It's not like she does these things to get some sort of a praise or acknowledgement, but when she does them, try to acknowledge them, telling her that, oh, I really appreciated coming home last night and I found that you cooked and the meal was amazing. Just let her know that you appreciate those things that she does. You appreciate those things that you didn't have time to get through, but she came through and helped you with that. Because women, feminine energy grows through praise compared to men where we grow through challenge. Now, the more you acknowledge the things that she does and bring the attention to her uh, regarding those things, the more she'll try to do them. I'm not saying she'll try to do them to please you, but that's how feminine energy works, where the more they're praised on certain things, could be their looks, could be could be their cooking, could be their skills. And the more they'll try to do more of those things, because that's what feminine energy is. It grows through praise. And again, she will appreciate knowing that she's being appreciated and being valued and loved for the little things that she does. She doesn't have to do something massive. It could be the daily chores around the house. And just let her know that I appreciate those little things you do. Now, this next one, I've seen so many guys do this. They try to wish that, not try to wish, they complain, wishing that their women would be more logical like they are. Now, to me, what's the point? We are built biochemically. We're built differently. Men, women are more, as I say, emotionally driven compared to men who we're so logical. Why don't we just appreciate the differences that we have with them? You see, you trying to change her into being more logical like you were, that you're not creating or appreciating the type of woman that she is. You're actually trying to make her more of a man than than the woman that you fell in love with. So in order for her to be that feminine, loving, caring, nurturing woman that she is, she has to be who she really is, which she happens to be more emotional than you. She doesn't think things, she might not think things as logically as you do all the time. And that's the beauty of it. She's different, she's emotional, she's loving, she's got all these emotions that she has throughout the day. And you most of us guys, we have like this one focus, one emotion, this and that. At a particular time, we're so logical about everything. But when we come and try to change our spouses or our partners into being this logical creature like we are, it doesn't bring out more of who they are. We try to take what we are as men, and we try to get that out of them. But they're women. They have the way of doing things biochemically, as I said. So appreciate the differences. You're not trying to get another man. You're not trying to fall in love with another man. You loved her as who she was as a woman, because of her feminine energy, because of her emotions, because of she doesn't always think logically, and she doesn't have to. you know so yeah, don't try to change her into being more logical like you are. Appreciate the things that she does that make her who she really is as a woman. You're in point number 4 right now, I believe. Um, Try to take initiative as a man as much as possible. Now, I might understand sometimes that we might have women in our lives that have a bossy, a leadership kind of role at work. And that's what they do. They lead, they lead, they lead, they lead, and they're comfortable doing that at work. But when it comes to being in a relationship with a man, they don't want that same responsibility as what they have at work. They want to come home. They don't want to keep making decisions. So you as a man, you need to learn to be more of a leader at home, because that's what a man really is. You're a leader, and you have sometimes you might come home and a topic about dinner might come up, and she'll be like, "Nah, I just don't feel like doing anything. What do you think?" And suggest to her, I feel like Italian. What can you do Italian? Now, if she can do Italian, most women will say, "Yeah, let's do Italian tonight." Oh, it's an evening. You're just relaxing at the house. You feel like going and doing something as a couple, an activity, and she asks you like, "What do you want to do, babe?" Now, I've seen other men throw that question back to them, and the whole situation turns ugly because she doesn't want you to throw that question back to her. She wants you as a man to make the decision. Why don't we go watch a movie? And if she has a better suggestion that she wants to go with, just talk to her, evaluate it. If you're willing to do it, then that's awesome. Most times she'll agree to you going to watch a movie with her. So take initiative, be a man, be a leader. Even though she might have that leadership role at work and she might have to wear that masculine mask in order to get shit done, that doesn't imply that she wants to keep being in that role, being that leader, even when she's at home. When she's at home, a very feminine woman, a woman who's feminine, at her core, don't want to take the leadership role when it comes to being in a relationship with a man. So you as a man are a leader, and you should take initiative, because you're trying to throw that role back to them. That forces them to kind of wear that masculine mask once again, even when they're at home. And most women don't feel comfortable doing that, especially if it's an environment where there's intimacy and it's not work. So yeah, that's number 4. Last but not least, always apologize when you're wrong. And there is a way to apologize as a man that resonates better with women. So you just going up to her and saying, "Hey, I'm sorry," doesn't mean shit to them, to be honest with you. They want to understand that you know the impacts that you did this and that, and the impact it had in their lives is this and that, and you understand that, and you acknowledge that it will not happen again. So let's say if you had boys over for football on Sunday evening, and the place was a mess, and you left the house, you came back, and she's mad, and she doesn't tell you why she's mad, and you sit down and keep digging and digging, and she actually opens up to you and say, "I've been trying to clean the house every day, and you come in and you don't appreciate the things that I do around the house. Like, I clean the house, I do this, I do that, I do the other," and she's tired of doing that, and that's why she's mad. You have to let her know that, "Oh, so I'm sorry that when me and the boys were over last night, we had beer, we had pizza, we had this, we had boxes everywhere, and after the game ended, we just left, you know, and I didn't pay attention to the fact that you do these things every day. You keep the house clean, you keep the kids, uh, well, you keep the kids well taken care of, and you take care of the house on top of that, and I haven't been keen on doing my part, and I apologize for that, and I'll try to make sure next time, even if I have the boys over, don't tell her that I'll never have the boys over, because that's your thing. You do that, and that's sacred. You need to have that time with your boys, but let her know that I understand the impact that the mess that we make has on you, given the fact that you already have a tight schedule, with all of these other things you have to do. Next time when this football, let's see, football, whatever thing you got going on, could be poker night or whatnot, I'll make sure that when the night ends, me and the boys will clean up before everything, before we go home or go to bed. Or I'll make sure that even if they leave without cleaning up, I'll take care of that mess. So that you don't have to go through this whole chaos of you cleaning up after us after you've had a long ass day. So that allows her to know that you understand the impact of your actions, and you're willing to, and you're giving her your word as a man that it's not going to happen again. And that's what she'll appreciate more, other than you just coming up and telling her that I'm sorry, it will not happen again.